Hello, hello guys. Welcome back to Steam Prison. We have finally made it to the short stories tab, so we've got lots of short stories in our future. I don't know how long these are going to be, but I've been assured, I've been assured, I've been assured, there we go, tongue, thanks to Mara again for assuaging my fears about potential spoiler stuff, so we should be safe. We're going to start off with Elcreed. Don't know how long this will be. And then we'll regroup. And we'll see how we're going to handle the rest of this. But anyway, Elcreed's number 1. As you can see, we've got 3 short stories for Elcreed, so let's jump on in. Ah, the ticking of the clock. Excellent. Always a good way to start these things. Interesting. So that was from Ulrich's route. The bad ending that counts towards one of Elcreed's bad endings. Interesting.
Something broken can never be truly mended, no matter the time invested, no matter the money spent. Some things cannot be changed. People especially. We grieve for what we've lost when it's gone. We know it's too late, and still we bite our lips. A silent scream that abuses the self. There is nothing else we can do.
Elcreed.
A voice in the dark. I opened my eyes and saw you. Cyrus, my knight.
I'm sorry I interrupted your sleep.
And still you wake me up. I smiled at her and rose.
This is interesting. It reminds me a lot of the short stories for Amnesia. This style.
The living room couch creaked underneath me. Ouch. I shouldn't sleep on the couch. It doesn't give a proper rest.
It doesn't. If you're sleepy, please sleep in your room.
You're right. But I looked up at the clock. It was the dead of night. Dawn was going to break in a few hours.
Aw, don't hit me with that line. No, wait. Stop. This is illegal. You can't break my heart 2 minutes into this. Elcreed.
I thought he would come back if I slept here. You remained silent and sat down next to me.
Ulrich.
Yes, Ulrich. I smiled and looked at my hands. It's rather self-centered, isn't it? I'm the one who killed him.
Elcreed.
It is how it is. I shot Ulrich. He told me to, and I did it. Yes, Ulrich had wanted it. I fulfilled my duty as a valentine. I knew I had done what had to be done. Still, I still can't decide if I did the right thing. He was gone, and there was no changing it. The past was indelible. As the days passed, the sense of loss inside me only grew. I wonder if he would be alive now if I had done as you said. He would be, I knew, whatever he had claimed. I could have made sure he lived, and yet I didn't. I was a valentine after all. Ulrich wasn't the only one bound by his blood. Many of us are. We both had a weight we carried. A gulf had always existed between us that we had never entirely managed to bridge. We had made sacrifices, but large-scale disorder had been avoided. A good outcome.
He says.
That had to be my position, I told myself.
You were foolish.
I had made a mistake. It was inconceivable that I should accept your kindness. I got up so you wouldn't try to console me. I want to enjoy the night air.
Elkreed.
It's all right. I'm a gentleman. I won't sleep outside. I smiled and left the room. I didn't have to turn around. I could tell you were watching me leave, a gloomy look on your face. I made the right decision wearing a cloak. The garden was dark and timeless, a strong wind passing through the hedges. The sky was cloudy as always. Nothing ever changes. It's been like this for as long as I can remember. I'd walked here with my father, my mother, and Ulrich. Only I was left now. Everyone else was gone. This can't go on. I have to be strong. I understood this in theory, but couldn't put it into practice. I functioned well enough to handle my daily tasks. Liberalitas remained unaffected. My mind could not adapt. It was still trapped in that fateful moment.
Replaying and replaying and replaying. You don't have to be strong.
Cyrus. I turned around to see you there. I didn't hear her approach. Perhaps the howling of the wind had masked her coming. No. I was just that distracted. If you had been an assassin, I would be dead. Thank goodness it was you. I'm worthless if I'm weak.
No. Every living thing has worth. Nobody is worthless.
You walked up to me. Your steps were without hesitation or fear. You were exactly what I idolized. You're not angry.
Angry?
Yes. I ignored your opinion and slew him with my own hands.
Would you like me to be angry?
I think so. Spite would be easier to face than kindness. There was nobody left who scolded me for my behavior. The last one had finally disappeared. You were supporting me, Cyrus, but you were ultimately an outsider. I didn't want to entangle you in our ancient complications.
I'm not angry, but I'm upset.
Upset? You nodded and said yes.
I'm upset that I was powerless, unable to do anything.
Oh, well. I felt the same way.
I will be stronger in the future. Not just in terms of fighting ability, but mentally. I will be strong enough to tell you when you're wrong. I think I can replace Ulrich. Nobody can replace Ulrich. He was special. In every sense of the word. Oh man, I was not prepared for the Feels Fest. Gosh darn it.
No. We weren't the same. You were looking into the future. I'm pitiful. We were both suffering, but only I was paralyzed.
I mean, to be fair, you have been with Ulrich a lot longer than Cyrus has known either of you combined. So it makes sense that you would be grieving a lot more. Plus, you were the one who actually killed him. So I think this is warranted.
Ulrich would laugh if he could see me now. I took a deep breath to calm myself. Enough self-pity for the night. I had to leave this place where Ulrich and I had met.
Cue the tango music.
I'll do the same. I'll be strong. I walked past her. There's a lot of information in the secret library. You need help looking through it. Ulrich was dead, but he had left history behind. The fairies were gone. The Valentines had to carry their load now. Goodness. If I overwork myself and die, I'm blaming you, Ulrich. I swore myself I would complain to him in the afterlife as I looked at the sky. There was no turning back. The world went ever on, and I had to confine him to my memories. One day Ulrich and I were going to meet again. Goodbye until then.
Aww. Wow. That was unexpected. How interesting that they decided to do continuations of some bad endings. Makes me really curious about some of these. Like the Glissade one, for instance. I'm wondering if we're going to see that from Enos's read, because Glissade just left. And we were like, what happened? And he never came back. So I wonder if we'll see that from his side. Interesting. Okay, anyway. That was very sad, wasn't it? I think I'm probably going to end up doing a video for each character at this rate. I mean, we'll see how long these stories are, but I think this is a doable thing. Okay. Short story number 2. More tissues, please.
I couldn't forget. My 10th birthday. Father. I walked up to my father when he came out of the bedroom. Mother. She didn't make it. He interrupted me with the truth. My mother had been unwell for months. She always told me she would recover. But now, I see. The first thing that came out of my mouth was distant, detached. I was devastated. I felt like I was in free fall, but my father must be suffering even more than me. Everyone had strongly opposed my father's marriage to my mother, since she'd been born in the Heights. But they had loved each other. They had vowed to overcome all those difficulties together, and they had married. And now my mother is gone. My father had lost his support. I don't have time to grieve. I had to think about what I could do for my father. Elcree, don't push yourself too hard. You can cry if you need to. My father had been observing my silence and put a gentle hand on my head. Yes. I nodded and didn't shed a single tear. I didn't have to cry. I don't want to cry. I didn't want to make it harder for him at such a time.
Ironically, seeing you cry might have helped him with his own grief. To be like, you share love for the person who's gone. A shared missing. Oh, why are these all so sad? I'm not prepared for what's left.
Will it be busy today? I'm not sure. Your mother had no relatives in the depths. Not many were going to come to mourn her here. I think only the employees of my bank will come. There might be a lot of them. I understand. I will make sure not to bother you. Thank you. You should go see your mother now. I will. I opened the door and took a deep breath. I knew the furniture and the paintings.
I'm sorry, I was unprepared for this room. But it makes sense now that I think about it. Oh, that was unexpected feels. I'm actually crying that he preserved his mother's bedroom. And then gave it to Cyrus. No. Oh no. That is so sad. Oh. Okay, sure. Whew. I'm fine. I'm just gonna take a second here. All right. Well. Oh, I will recover from this. Yeesh.
Hello, Mother. My mother looked like she was sleeping. I could tell she wasn't, however. She didn't answer, nor did she breathe. She would never open her eyes again. She would never call me again. Not ever again. It happened a little too quickly. I knew she wasn't going to answer. Still, I had to talk. It's my birthday today. You promised me we'd celebrate together. You promised. Nobody wished me a happy birthday. Neither my father nor my mother. There was no time for it, I knew. I wasn't upset over a few words I missed hearing. I was upset that my mother died on my birthday, and would be remembered on my birthday. Every one of my birthdays would remind my father of her, and that made me sad. You nodded to indicate attention as I spoke haltingly. It had started in the morning.
Oh, it's his birthday and he's talking to Cyrus about it? Stop, my heart.
A large number of presents had arrived for me, and you had asked me about it. It's my birthday, I had tried to say nonchalantly, but you had still caught on. You realized I didn't appreciate the presents and asked me about it. I do appreciate them, but the celebration did make me happy. It was a sign of validation and recognition, which reinforced my self-respect. But it was also the day my mother died. Normally I opened the presents and wrote letters of gratitude. Then I bought my mother's favorite flowers and put them on her grave. I'd always spent this day quietly. But now my father is gone as well. I didn't want to disrespect her memory, but there was nobody left who remembered but me. Appearances were irrelevant. Let's have some fun. Cyrus gave me a puzzled look. I only have one birthday per year. Let's have some fun.
All right. Are you sure?
It's my birthday, right? The birthday of the great Ulrich Valentine, blessed with intelligence, power, and looks. When, if not today? I wouldn't even mind celebrating myself every day of the year. I made a great effort to look like the person I had to be. You smiled softly and nodded.
Trying to figure out which line this belongs to. This is rather sudden, so I don't know how elaborate it will be, but I'm going to do whatever I can. Okay, so that was Cyrus.
Whatever you can. I'm looking forward to that. I took your hand to lead you away. Let's buy my mother flowers now. Afterwards, I'm all yours, Cyrus. Let today be the first exciting birthday I've had in 10 years, and I will spend it with you.
What an honor. Is that still in the same timeline of Ulrich being gone? Because... Okay. I still have tissues. We can make it through short story number 3.
The world is so messed up. We were on our way home from a party.
Okay, Ulrich's alive in this one.
I looked at Ulrich in the corner of my eye and said, "You don't think the world is messed up?" Using exactly the same intonation.
If even messed up people think that way, it must be well and truly done for.
Not at all. I won't let the work end. This is only the beginning. Congratulations, Ulrich. This is the 1-year anniversary for Liberalitas.
I should be wishing you that. Well, maybe not.
But you definitely shouldn't be wishing it to me.
Really?
Yes. You're probably drunk. Did you have too much?
I barely drank today. I have to work tomorrow.
You don't have a rule of not drinking the day before you work.
I don't. But I didn't drink too much, trust me. I can still walk, as you can see.
And he ran off. Fell into the water.
See? I said, ran a few meters and spun back around. Ulrich walked up to me and accused me of being childish.
What's messed up about the world?
Everything. This, for example, I said, and pointed at the road. Someone as young as me shouldn't be the district representative. And there. I pointed into the darkness we had come from. I shouldn't be running a bank either at my age. And what seals it? I put a hand on my chest and nodded solemnly.
Thank you for making me laugh after all the sadness, ELT.
Is how incredibly handsome I am.
Oh.
Isn't all that really messed up?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but your head is definitely messed up at least.
Thank you.
It's not a compliment.
The last part was just a joke.
Just the last part?
Yes, they often tell me how good I look.
Only if you don't open your mouth the whole evening. Oh, pew 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 pew, shots fired.
Talking with Ulrich is so much fun. My own subordinates were too loyal to ever offer an opinion. That wasn't bad. It was good. I valued their obedience. However, it wasn't enough on a more personal level. Too boring. Only Ulrich could sate my desire for an equal. Alas, that meant tolerating his occasional disappearance into the darkness. At least he generally agreed to talk with me. My most important friend.
Aww.
Your beauty aside.
I don't mind a temporary change of topic, but we will have to return to that later.
No, just forget about it. Like the papers you burn. Anyway,
Ulrich said and ruffled his hair.
it's not messed up that you're the district representative or the head of a bank. You worked hard to become those things.
Did I?
You didn't?
I don't know.
What? How can't you?
I grinned at his exasperation. I inherited the bank, didn't I? And I didn't become the representative for purely selfless reasons. I had to do this to protect you, Ulrich.
Protect me? Sure, whatever.
Ulrich kicked one of the pebbles on the road.
So what's messed up about this?
Maybe it isn't.
What?
Maybe I'm the one who's messed up. Ulrich gave me a look of abject incomprehension. Having blurted this out without context, I apologized and smiled. If I have something I want, I'll plot and scheme to get it. I like thinking about what I'll do when I have it. But when I do have it, I lose interest. The desire to have it might be very strong, but when I've accomplished what I wanted, I have a duty to maintain it. It's that way with Liberalitas in the bank as well. I can't just leave them to their fates. The passion I felt before I had them disappears. It's gone, no matter how hard I look. Am I messed up? The party that evening had been the same. It had been for me, and yet I had felt like someone throwing it. The main reason I hadn't gotten drunk was that sense of duty.
I think it's pretty normal. Are you hard of hearing? I said it's pretty normal. Normal. Love is more eventful if it's one-sided. You can be in love with the idea of love more than anything. The idea of chasing that other person. It's the same thing.
Ulrich.
I read that in a book the other day.
Wow, Ulrich talking about love. The world really is messed up.
A book? No first-hand experience?
Nope.
I was shocked to even see him talking about romance.
Right?
By the way, Ulrich, any experience with romance at all?
Not telling.
I'll take that as a no.
Secret.
It's a no.
Won't tell.
Poor you.
Not poor me. I don't need romance.
It hadn't taken long to wring it out of him. Romance is beautiful. The world looks rose-colored when you fall in love.
You mean your vision is red? That sounds like a dangerous debilitation. I suggest going to a doctor.
Truth.
I'd been looking for advice originally, but we returned to our usual game. Still, it wasn't so bad. My complaints were neither unusual nor particularly severe. Like dust, too small to get a grasp on. And talking about it made it easier anyway. I would be able to sleep well that night. Thank you, Ulrich.
For what? I didn't do anything.
For existing, I guess.
Holy shit, that is so creepy. I'm out.
He quickened his step and turned off into an alley, saying he had somewhere to be. Then he was gone. Good night, Ulrich. There was no response, only the sound of the soft wind and the sizzling of the electric lights. I walked onwards, smiling at my own loneliness. Chasing the one you love. I remember doing that as a child. Nowadays, and in light of my status, everyone was chasing me. Whatever I wanted I could have, and it robbed me of an experience. I'm too young to become jaded and lonely. My life hadn't changed for a long time, and could hardly be improved. But now I felt I had to rediscover my own passion. Tomorrow is going to be a long day.
Well, at least you have Ulrich by your side. Oh, all right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for Elkreid's short stories. Whew, 2 out of the 3 were just emotional gut punches. What the heck? Thank goodness we had some Ulrich Elkreid banter to lighten things up right at the end. Very much appreciate you both. Whew. All right. And speaking of Ulrich, he will be next up in our short stories video, so hopefully I will see you for that, guys.